What is up, everybody? What is up? We are doing sleeper wide receivers today. Really sleeper pass catchers. My bad. I got some honorable mentions in there. I think a lot of people are being overvalued, some being undervalued, but that's what we're talking about today. Some dudes that you can get really, voice is gone. Really from wide receiver 30 and on. And I think that's deep in the draft, man. That's 6th, 7th, 8th round type shit. So let's go through it. Let's stop rambling. Let's get to the data, the points, all that. Let's get to it. Start the video.
On this episode of Shooting the Shit with Saints.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby. I'm back again, moving the mic. Lights might be a little too bright. Let's turn them down one notch. How about we do one notch apiece? We're back to this intimate setting. Wow, lower the computer brightness. Maybe I don't have any reflection on my glasses now. Here we go. Sleeper wide receivers. Now, guys, a lot of y'all shit on me on my last video. Let me tell you something. I wasn't telling people to do the extreme no RB draft. I was just showing how to do it. Shout out to the people on TikTok who said I did a great draft. Shout out to everybody. All right. I don't care about the bad comments, man. That doesn't faze me. Come on, brother. What? But yeah, so when I say I love this guy, once again, man, these are late round picks. I'm not saying this guy that I'm telling you should be your wide receiver one. I am telling you that if you get this guy, if you like to wait on certain positions, or the way you've been drafting, you're looking for that late round possible boom or bust guy, that's what I'm giving you, man. Okay? All right. So let's get into it. All right. I've been dealing with hiccups all day. I may hiccup all through this video. I will edit them out. Don't worry. Or I'll just go chug some water. Now, I just got rid of them. Edit. God damn it. Fuck me. All right. We are back from chugging water. My voice is going to be shaky. I don't know why it's doing this today, but we're going to fight through it because I've been dealing with health shit lately and I haven't been able to make videos. Well, I feel like I'm getting into the rhythm. It's kind of annoying. Anyways, so here we go. Let's see if we hiccup. Let's pray we don't. Okay. Now, number one, Jacoby Myers. Hunter the Jake Beck hype, fam. I don't give. I have played this shit so long, made content so long, excuse the voice. I can filter through these rumors, man. Every year we have team all camp, and that's where we're at right now. All right. I'm pretty strict in my beliefs unless it comes to who's getting first team reps, who's getting second team reps. That's all I care about. I don't care who's having a good camp. I don't give a fuck. I truly don't, unless the coach said something or anything like that. That's all I'm looking at. So, with Jacoby Myers, finished wide receiver 23 last year. And you'll have to realize, this guy's quarterbacks have been Gardner Minshew, Jimmy Garoppolo, rookie Mac Jones, Aiden McConnell. Games with over 5 catches, he was wide receiver 11, wide receiver 35, wide receiver 22, wide receiver 17, wide receiver 9, wide receiver 26, and wide receiver 3. This is with no quarterback out there, guys. I understand they're going to get better. They're gonna be up in games now. They're going to run more. And this dude has been allergic to the end zone. Allergic. He can't find the end zone. I understand that fear. I just feel like he has not been on good offenses his entire career. Literally his entire career, he has not been on a good offense. So what I'm saying is, with Geno coming in, with Pete Carroll coming in, I just see them being a better team, scoring more, being better, being a better team in general. So I like Jacoby Myers. I think he's always slept on. I think last year you looked up some weeks and you kind of went like, oh shit, Jacoby went off on me. Oh shit, Jacoby went off for me. You know what I mean? I know like most of the late round picks are the same people. I'm trying to give something a little bit different that I see. Because I just see the same shit everywhere. So I'm just letting y'all know. Anyways, second receiver on the board, Rome Odunze. Now, I sat here about a month ago. About a month ago, I sat here and I tried to make a full video, a whole like 7-8 minute video on Rome Odunze. There's no data. There's no data to tell me that Rome Odunze will cook this year. Every advanced analytic, 84th analytic. Why do I say that? Every advanced stat. Why do I'm such a fucking idiot. All right. This is big though. 84th out of 85th. 84 out of 85 people in catchable target rate. If you didn't know, Caleb Williams led the league last year in uncatchable targets. So just letting you know, but with his separation, he was 78th, 54th in win rate percentage on routes. And I have here in my notes, not a single number. If anybody is giving you numbers to back this, they are lying to you. They are fucking lying. There is no good number on Rome Odunze outside of getting targeted. All right. There's not a single number to support this pick. I am simply going off of. I believe in Caleb. I believe in Ben. I know all these bullshit reports that look like a JV team running trick plays. Blah, 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 blah. I don't give a fuck. He's going to have time to throw. I think he takes over kind of the JMO role in Detroit. And unfortunately for us as fans, all we have is to make mirror reflections and make that an analysis over who has whose role, right? That's why we're in on the tight ends because of what Laporta did. And you don't know how he's going to work this team with this personnel because offensive geniuses like Ben Johnson create a scheme around players, not make the players create the scheme, right? I guess that's the same thing, but you get what I'm saying. Like, I'm not going to make my players do things they aren't comfortable with to fit in my scheme. I'm simply going off. I think this offense has a super high upside, guys. I do. Caught the light. Oh my God. I still fucking got it. Did boxing for 3 years for a reason. Yeah, so that's what I'm really looking at. Rome Odunze, I like him as a deep threat. And I love DJ Moore this year. I really do. I think he's going to be a great slot. I think he takes over the Amon-Ra St. Brown role. I think Rome Odunze gets that JMO role. Deep ball, speedster, can get open whenever he wants. I think Rome is a really good player. I don't know why it didn't work out last year. But I'm believing in, once again, guys, I'm looking for breakout candidates a lot in these later rounds. I want second year, third year guys. Mostly if I'm doing wide receiver in those rounds, I'm definitely looking for breakout candidates. So number 3, man, I don't know what has happened to this guy. And you know what happens in fantasy? We have high expectations for players, and when they don't reach that, their ADP plummets the next year because the repeat drafters of this player will never touch them again. It's the Cortland Sutton experiment to me. If you've had Cortland Sutton on a down year, you're like, fuck that guy. But if you've had him on a high year, you're like, yo, Cortland, nobody ever talks about Cortland Sutton in the league, but like, really good target, really good touchdown upside. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you had those type of guys. I think Kelsey did that last year. Well, let's put it in perspective. All right, I have a lot of random stats, but I think they're important. All right, he had 6 top 7 finishes. He only had 3 touchdowns and had the most red zone targets out of every tight end, including Mark Andrews, who had 11 touchdowns. All right. He had 7 catches inside the 10-yard line and only scored twice. The Chiefs legit, like, if you watch them play, they do not run the ball inside the 20, inside the red zone. They don't run. Inside the 10, they don't run. They've been in the top 5 since 2020 in pass attempts inside the red zone and the 10-yard line. That's all they do is pass on the goal line. Whether it's a little jet sweep, a flip pass to Kelsey, whatever. I'm the guy that screamed tight ends don't last forever. I screamed it from the mountaintops with Mark Andrews last year. I was wrong. I'm okay with being wrong. My analysis was correct. With this, I think we have gone too far down on Kelsey. Am I telling you he's going to be tight end 1? No. But we have gone so far down on Kelsey. Travis Kelsey, a dude who's in the top 3 probably of greatest tight ends ever. Right? It goes Gronk, Tony, him, whatever order you want to put it in. He should not be going in the 7th round. Now, that's where he should be going, is what I should say, right? I would expect a little bit of an overdraft from the name on the back of the jersey. But I think people overdrafted him last year because of the name of the jersey, and they're coming back to the median. That's what I think is happening, to be honest. So I'm really high on Travis. I think they have a lot of speedsters now. Last year, Marquise Brown gets hurt. Hollywood Brown gets hurt. Downfield threat. Rashee Rice gets hurt. A helper over the middle that they have to contain to help Kelsey get out of that coverage where they double them on one side of the field and the other side of the field, right? I think that they kind of bracket him is what it's called. Sorry, I couldn't find the words. Where they have to cover the crosser, he gets the drag, Rashee does a drag, he does the crosser, those type of things. I think this offense is going to be opened up this year. And with Rashee missing those games at the beginning of the season, you don't know what Kelsey's target share is going to look like. And I've said it the last 2 years. I'll say it again. I just think we're going to get back to Chiefs football. I think we're going to get some high-powered plays, some deep balls to Xavier Worthy. I think we're getting back to that form. They've had so many injuries that nobody talked about because they're the Chiefs. When you're the Patriots, when you're the Chiefs, when you're the LOB Seattle Seahawks, when you're those type of contenders, you don't get excuses. You don't get the bailouts. Dog, go look at that roster last year and see how they were disintegrated. They were missing so many people just everywhere on the offense, offensive line injuries, Isaiah Pacheco missing games, having to bring in Kareem Hunt. Like, there was a lot of elements to that offense that didn't go right. And I think they'll come back to scoring 28 to 30 a game this year. I really do. This is the last guy on the list. Y'all know I love my blind resumes. So these 2 players are getting picked ahead of the player I'm talking about. This player finished with 68 catches, 833 yards, and 8 touchdowns. He is getting drafted at wide receiver 24. The next player had 66 catches, 992 yards, and 5 touchdowns. He is getting drafted at wide receiver 22. My guy, the guy that I'm talking about, had 64 catches, 117 yards, and 4 touchdowns with arguably, if not inarguably, the worst quarterback play in the fucking NFL. Calvin Ridley getting drafted at wide receiver 32 has never finished underneath wide receiver 26 in his whole career. Never. He had 5 top 20 finishes last year. Will Levis was his quarterback. I'm not even seeing it. I can see the pick while he's going down on one knee. Was that to the Falcons? I forgot who that was. That was his quarterback. Still 5 top 20 finishes. Only 70 of his 120 targets were catchable. 70 of the 120 targets were catchable. Okay? This guy was dealing with Mason Rudolph and Will Levis, dog. I know we talk about quarterback proof. All right. And he one of the guys. Like, you know, his player prop's going to be good because he's betting on the player prop. Calvin is betting with us. He wants us to win. That's what I'm saying. Like, you have everything in your favor here with Calvin, right? You have everything in your favor with Calvin. So, improved offense, guys. Yo, Callahan can call plays, bruh. Callahan can call plays. A lot of stats are in the favor of Calvin Ridley being a great wide receiver. He beats man. He beats zone. He beats a lot of people. He just couldn't get the ball. And when he did, it was inaccurate. Y'all don't understand as an NFL red zone, excuse me. I have shit on that website. That program is fraudulent and shitty. If you need that rant to my last video, I'll make it a short. Literally, with this video, I'll make it a short, I promise. Go look at the red zone rant. NFL Sunday Ticket, I sat there and I watched Titans games. Y'all don't know, as a Bucs fan who had a great season, right? Top 10 roster in the league next year. To me, probably should have made a playoff run, but we met Jaden Daniels, had a fumble. I sat there and watched Will Levis play quarterback compared to what I see every Sunday from everywhere. I mean, shit, from any team. That shit is unspeakable. He should be arrested for that. He should legitimately be put in prison. In my head. Now, honorable mention, I have one guy. Another guy that we're kind of sleeping on. I'm going to be honest. I think it's worth a shot in the dark. I think Emeka Egbuka is being overvalued. Yes, that is not the turn that you thought it was going to take. I think he's being overvalued as a Bucs fan. He's going to be an instant impact rookie. Fantasy-wise, I think Jalen McMillan is going to be a bigger threat than Emeka week to week. It's more of like if I was to take a best ball guy, I would take Jalen McMillan. You get what I'm saying? For my honorable mention, if I was taking best ball, I would go Jalen McMillan because deep threat, the trust, the development of his play the last 5 weeks of the season last year after Godwin went out in week 7, we had begged him to get going and he couldn't. Rookie wide receiver, it's hard to adjust. Doesn't matter how good you are. Y'all remember the Washington hype out of the national championship, the playoff, all that hype. Rome Odunze, Jalen McMillan, like those guys. It's the NFL, man. They were downgrading Michael Penix Jr.'s draft stock because his wide receivers were so good. That's how good these receivers were. Rookie wide receivers take time, man. We have to realize that. Wide receiver, quarterback, tackle, corner, wide receiver, tackle, quarterback. Those are the corner. Those are the positions that take the longest. So, 5 straight top 20 weeks last year at the end of the season. 5 straight weeks where he scored. I think him and Emeka should be switching ADPs, and they're not that far off. I see Jalen making a bigger impact fantasy-wise, and maybe if you get an early season injury, he's going to be more impactful for you. So that's all I got for you today. A real quick video. I'm coming back quick. I'm coming back with an RB video. We're doing this. We're doing this for real now, all right? I told you in August it's up. So we up. All right. So sorry for the voice. Hopefully I can correct this. I think it's because I ate barbecue. I'm just hiccuping and my voice is gone. But other than that, I love you guys. Go draft these guys. They will win you leagues. I'm not saying that. I'm not going that far. But either way, I love you all. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment. We out. Dude.